Hello and welcome to freedomthroughastrology.com, where we're giving you the keys to living your best life. There goes freedomthroughastrology.com. My name is Donald Patak. I am your astrologer. Sorry if I'm a little quiet this week. I'm getting over some sort of sinus headache and bug, and I had a wild kitten come into my house, and she is currently asleep on my lap. This is the calmest she's been most of the day, and I like her sleeping. So I'm going to be a little subdued. There's my contact information if you want to get a hold of me. Uh, Keys to the reading. I read astrology a little bit different. I'm using what's called sidereal astrology or the visible sky. Tropical astrology fixes the signs to seasons, so it's actually out of alignment with the visible sky. Sidereal or visible sky astrology looks at where the constellations actually are in the sky and uses their natural size. They're not, all the constellations are all different sizes on top of that, and I can show you that when we get to the week. I add the 13th sign in, which is the sign of the wounded healer. It's actually, we're coming up on a Fucus season shortly, so this was a 13th sign that was in the zodiac and it was removed, and there is a movement to bring it back. I'm a part of it. I am reading the weekly transits. These are universal lessons that we're all here to learn, as opposed to the personal transits, which are applied uniquely to you. And I interpret using what's called evolutionary astrology. So the transits are lessons to learn, and I'm focusing on what those lessons are ideally. It's here. So this is the weekly transit report for November 27th through December 3rd, 2023. The moon this week, our emotions are mostly steady. Starts out the week in Taurus, and it just moves slowly from Taurus into Gemini, into Cancer, into Leo. A nice pattern of relax action, relax action. But we do have a full moon on Monday with the moon in Taurus, so the focus of peace. Venus is very active this week with relationships and also rest and regrouping. Venus also deals with creativity as well, so you may find influences on that. We do have two sign changes. Mars enters Scorpio on Monday, and Mercury enters Sagittarius on Thursday. So a calm but intense start to the week, and Sagittarius, I can't remember, Thursday might be Gemini. I think we're in moon's in Gemini on Thursday, so expect a lot of mental and emotional activity there. Pull this down. So here is our overview of the week. As you can see, very few transits this week. Actually, I have this going into next week, Monday, so we don't have to worry about that. And a little finish off from last week. But from the 27th to the 30th, you can see very few transits. They're well spaced out, so it's an even and easy series of energies and lessons to work with. So, oops, gosh. Let me get back to, let's start now with the moon. We do have the moon in Taurus. Taurus is about moon in Taurus, emotional relaxation and healing. Take time to calm down and relax, especially after this Thanksgiving weekend and all the Black Friday shopping stuff. We need it. So we need a calm start to the week. Make sure you're taking time for peace and quiet to realign with your soul. It's always good. And otherwise, you run the risk of being stubborn and stuck on a path that no longer serves you. So you can run yourself ragged if you don't take some quiet time. And like I said, I've got a bit of a headache, so this is going to be a shorter reading than I normally do. But if you like it like this, let me know. I'm more than happy to continue this. This is continuing from last week. Mercury in Ophiuchus is in a square to Neptune in Pisces. And your mind is being challenged by spiritual experiences. What I have here. Squares are challenges. So it's a hard aspect. It requires effort. But the work you put into it is what you get out of it. So if you focus on the positive aspects, you'll build something that will last long. If you focus on the shadow, you will get that will last long as well. So your mental growth and healing is facing the challenge of spiritual experiences. Be open to the unexplainable and other mystical events that can bring healing into your life. Mercury and Ophiuchus. Mercury is the mind, Ophiuchus, the wounded healer. So healing your mind through what? Spiritual experiences. You may find yourself challenged in that. That's fine. That's okay. Thinking that you know it all or endlessly talking to yourself to distract yourself could bring you into a realm of self-deception. So the key thing in here is healing yourself, is healing your mind, healing your thoughts through spiritual experiences. Be open to spiritual experiences in the beginning of the week to help you. We also have the full moon in Taurus on Monday. This is the full moon, and a full moon is the sun in an opposition to the moon. And we have the sun in Scorpio, so the ego is being a little intense, and the soul saying, I want to chill out. So it's the head and the heart looking at each other in the eye with opposing intentions. Um, so find a way to balance them and to live a more fulfilled. You live a more fulfilled life by balancing these energies. Take the time to be a little intense, but take that time to relax. So look at your schedule throughout the day on Monday. Where are you? Where's your work time? Where's your play time? Make sure you're getting that in. Playing the tug of war pulls you in every which way at once, and you wind up going nowhere fast and accomplishing nothing. In fact, you could be in a total mental and emotional wreck. So instead of playing tug of war, and I should have drawn it in, put a triangle here right in the middle and turn this into a seesaw where you're balancing the two energies. Time to go deep, time to relax. Also on Monday, Mars enters Scorpio, and my notes here says the courage to face the abyss. Yes, Scorpio can be intense and Scorpio can take you deep. That's okay, but you have the courage right now to do this. Be open to facing the darker areas about yourself and of life. And Mars is giving you the courage and strength and the assertiveness to be able to do this. Recognizing that you have the courage and strength to work in these areas as well. So you'll be exposed to some challenging issues in life. Know that you're here to learn how to handle them and work with them. Otherwise, you could become either self-righteous or fall into the mob mentality with you being the judge, jury, and executioner of innocence, taking your anger out on anything and everything around you. And like I said, Scorpio can go quite deep. Scorpio wants to go deep and face the depths. So you've got the courage and the strength to do that right now. It's okay, Buttons. She wants to get up and run around me. I don't want her jumping on the computer keyboard, which she likes to do for some reason. Venus in Virgo. Venus is working with the nodes here. She's working with both the south node and the north node. Probably could have made them all in one slide, but I did. Venus in the south, for Venus in Virgo, Ellen, what are my notes here saying? Balancing your relationships and purpose in life. So, and the purposes with the North Node in Pisces can be about transcending experiences and transcending this self and knowing the difference between the self, who you are, the person, versus that personality, who everybody expects you to be. So learn to release stress by balancing your relationships. Time together, time alone. That's what I had written there as well. Venus in Virgo, doing the best you can in your relationships. Learn, and in my notes here say learning to trust others will be there for you when you need them is important right now. So the nodes of the moon does deal with the moon. The node, yeah, it does deal with the moon, sun, earth, everything. But this is a time of balancing, knowing that there's who you are and who people perceive you to be, and your ability to be able to separate those things and do the best job you can. Learn, and I think the ultimate lesson of this is you learning to see who your authentic self really is. Be careful about being lazy or just taking advantage of others or trying to manipulate them. It's a big opportunity for manipulation and controlling right here. So avoid being the control freak. Learn how to go with the flow and be your real self in your relationships. this down. I'll pull it right here. Also on Monday, I forgot to put that in. Venus and Virgo is in conjunction to the South Node in Pisces. So the South Node in the South, or no, in Virgo, I'm sorry. The South Node, it points out a habit or a pattern that you came here to change. And in Venus, we're dealing with relationships. You can also be dealing with creativity. You can also be dealing with rest and recreation. I have my notes here just focused more on relationships and facing the challenges of relationships. Face the stress that exists in your relationship by seeing where you are holding people to impossible standards or holding yourself to an impossible standard. Virgo is about perfection, doing the best you can at that time with the knowledge, skills, abilities, talents, etc. that you have. And with Venus conjunct the South Node in Virgo, it's holding yourself and other people to impossible standards. So trying to control yourself, others, or be controlled by others is an empty experience. So the South Node is pointing out how you need to, ideally the South Node, North Node here, the South Node is showing you the weaknesses that you have in your relationships and your relationship patterns, and the North Node is teaching you how to go with the flow and become more your authentic self. And instead of being the personality and knowing that personality, being the real person and learning who that real person is. And on Wednesday, the moon enters Gemini. So call Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think this is midday-ish, early to midday. Emotionally, you're ready to be open to your imagination and expectations. This is going to be an active emotional energy. Be open to messages and information from a wide variety of resources. So this is going to be very active, very energetic. I think we said, Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday. So an active mental time, very good. Talking too much to distract yourself will lead to missed connections. And I'm not talking about that great song, I think it's by the Head and the Heart. I'm talking missing opportunities, missing information. So key thing with Gemini, make sure you're listening to other people and listening to what they're saying to you so you get the full message. And on Thursday, we have Mercury, planet of learning and communication, enters Sagittarius. And this is the opportunity to learn something new and expand your horizons. Sagittarius is all about having faith and trust, and having the faith and your trust in your abilities to learn something new and to be able to explore something. It's very powerful. This is a time to follow your curiosity and seize the opportunity to grow in areas that interest you. So this is a great time for learning, a great time to pay attention to your curiosities. Look at, in any of these, look to see what houses these signs fall in, because that tells you the best areas of life for you to focus on and work with. Thinking that you know everything will lead you down the path of boredom and being a boring and predictable know-it-all person. Sagittarius is here to tell you, is showing you that you don't know everything. There's more for you to learn, and there's more out there. And the shadow of it is you being a know-it-all with Mercury talking instead of listening. Holy cow. Yeah. And on Friday, we have the moon entering Cancer. Yes, Friday. It's time to be gentle with yourself and practice self-care. So getting into the weekend, self-care Friday, self-care Saturday. So take time to take care of yourself, being nurturing towards yourself. Give yourself time to heal your body, soul, your mind. Be open to healing from others. If somebody wants to treat you, let them. Otherwise, you could fall in the trap of whining about everything and attracting the attention of the wrong people. Think of those smothering mothers. So, so the moon entering Cancer Friday and into Saturday. Take some time to take care of yourself. Even though there are not a lot of transits this week, it still can have been a busy week for you. Saturday, Venus in Virgo's in a square to Pluto in Sagittarius. So this goes Saturday, Sunday, and this exits on Monday. This is the challenge of transforming relationships. Uh, Venus in Virgo, wanting to do the best you can in these relationships. Pluto and Sagittarius, looking very simple with that, is looking at what no longer works for you and leaving it behind. So this is a time to examine what's working in your relationships. How are they going? What's working? What's not working? If something's not working, this is a good time to change. It is a square, so this is a challenge. So admitting that things have to change may be challenging. However, if you don't, it's going to be miserable. What do I have? This is a time to face the deep truths about your relationships, what's working, what needs to change in order to strengthen them. Ideally, a square is about strengthening. Yes, it's hard work, but at the end of the day, look at the pyramids. They're technically built on squares and they have stood for thousands of years. Failing to look deeply at them can see them waste away because of unaddressed issues. So Pluto's bringing things up because it's not working and it's a time to transform them into something that does heal. And I think it's late on the day. Yeah, late in the day on Saturday, the moon enters into Leo. Yes, it's time to get up, get out, and have some fun, express yourself, and enjoy life. And as you can see, that Leo's a big sign, so this is going to go Friday, Saturday night, Sunday, possibly into Monday. So hopefully we have a nice, happy Monday going to. Opportunities maybe arise for you to be creative, or be seen as yourself. Leo wants to be seen, express itself, be appreciated. It can be a time this weekend for you to possibly have some fun and be appreciated for it. Be careful of playing to the crowd. Seeking superficial approval will leave you feeling empty. You want authentic approval, people who appreciate you for being you. So you follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Join the Digital Soul Space, which is a site that allows you, yeah, it's privacy focused, and they have many different people on there with many different ideas and modalities, etc. It's a real cool place for you to meet with like-minded people, and there's no advertising or anything, which is nice. Thank you for that. Let me escape. Pause. I forgot to bring something up real quick. Apologize for that. I guess I'm still dealing with this headache and I forgot to pull this up. If you found this reading helpful, go to freedomthroughastrology.com. That's through spelled THRU because it is all about you. And this is my website. If you click on subscribe, it does take you to the newsletter sign up. I only send out I send a free weekly newsletter out once a week that gives you a summary of the major astrological events of the week, an astrological insight, and exclusive subscriber-only discounts and offers. And if I'm going to be at events, information on live events and appearances. And right next to the sign-in button, if you barely see it, but it's there. If you would like a reading, using the principles of evolutionary astrology, you can book an appointment. If you click on scheduling, this is my live one-to-one. And I do birth charts, karmic or past life readings. The transit readings are the predictive astrology. Dispositor is going to be changing to these different consultations. So if you do have an astrological question, email me. Hey, I want to learn more about this. I'll tell you how much time it'll take, and we can talk about it. And hopefully you walk away with it, understanding it better. So recording, live to one-to-ones are available. And if our schedules don't mesh perfectly and you can't get the time, it's under services. I do recordings of virtually everything I do live one-to-one. So all your live one, so all these recordings are available, from the birth chart to the karmic chart, the different transits. I've got to fix that up still. I'm sorry about that. And if you want to see how your chart would be a little bit different, if you're used to tropical astrology and you want to see how it would be different under 13 sign sidereal, I have what I call a quick six reading, which I give you the sun, moon, ascendant, chart ruler, south node, and north node. And you can see how I think your chart would look a little bit different under 13 sign sidereal astrology. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch watching this presentation. Like, follow, share, and have yourself the best week possible. Thank you.